So I don't know how this is going to work out, but I've done a video similar to this, and I've got 5 G-Shock squares in these travel pouches, and I thought, I know, because the day's lovely, the weather's nice, why don't I shoot them like this? Because I'm hoping that you'll have a good sight. And so the first one I've pulled out, and I don't remember which one's which, is the TFC, and look at that. So this was the Porter 35th limited edition Porter with a gunmetal DLC coating, and you know, once again, the things I really like about this is that thin red line and the blue text here. And right now, I think it says water resistant to 20 atmospheres, which is, I think, 200 meters. And anyway, this is the first square that I've pulled out, and I'm actually viewing this through a viewfinder. So I'm hoping that it's in focus, and you know, it looks as good on camera as it does here. And yeah, and I think I've said in another video, this gunmetal is actually, it has this grey hue to it, and one of these is the Darth Vader, so it's all black and stealthed out. And when I pull that out, I'll compare it to this. But let's just start there. So that's the TFC, and the next square that we have is the MRG. Now, this again has the, I believe, a diamond-like coating, and so it has that gunmetal hue, and from experience, the MRG gunmetal grey is a different colour to the TFC, because this is titanium and the TFC is stainless steel. How they treat it, and because the base metal is different, it probably impacts the hue of the coating. But I can tell you that the MRG does have it has a lighter grey hue, or a different grey hue, and I probably prefer it, but it's definitely not black. What you are looking at, it might appear black on camera, but you know, it really isn't. It has this dark grey, silvery hue to it. And also, one of the features that I've mentioned a few times is this shiny thin red line. And maybe this is a good opportunity to once again show the difference. It is different to the TFC thin red line. It's more metallic and reflective, so maybe I've been able to show that. It is different. I do like it. Do I prefer it to the TFC? I'm not sure, but I certainly do like it. Now, of course, one of the standout features of this is the gold detailing, and you can see the gold case back there. This is all titanium, and you know, these gold details are super. You know, they are very, very nice. And you know, on another video I have shown this watch. It really is super. And one of the things that maybe I haven't mentioned before is, because it is titanium, it is lighter. So this is a lighter watch than the full stainless steel. For me, I don't mind the weight anyway. I like the presence of a heavy watch on my wrist, so I really do not mind. I am a big fan of full metal watches anyway, of metal watches. My preference has always been precious metals, so I do prefer solid gold or solid silver or platinum. I think then my metal of choice would be stainless steel, so titanium is possibly my least favourite metal, And I think one of the reasons for that is it's such a light metal. So sometimes it feels that you are holding something that is perhaps a carbon composite material or something else, or aluminium. And you know, one of the things that I know about aluminium is it's a great material for its application, but it's not a very good material for watches because it's not very hard. So it doesn't have the mechanical properties that are good for wristwatches. So that's why anything that feels similar to aluminium I tend to not like. But this isn't aluminium, this is titanium. And apparently it's Trantixi is one of the Casio's names for it. And apparently it's much harder than normal titanium. And knowing G-Shock, they've probably, they undersell and over-deliver. So their claims about the Cobarian bezel here and the high-grade titanium, that's probably very real indeed. So I am holding here a very a piece of high technology in terms of its materials. Anyway, so let's open another box. So these are not in order. I can't remember which one is which. So right now we have the Darth Vader. Now, I said that when I pull this one out, I will compare it to the TFC to try and demonstrate the hue of the colour, because the Darth Vader is a lot more black than the DLC gunmetal grey. And you probably can see there that the Darth Vader black is definitely more dark. And in a previous video, I had said that, you know, I'm wearing this and the gold one the most often these days, mainly because this one seems to fit with my outfits. Being all stealthy and black, it sort of looks nice, and you know, it matches everything. So this is fast becoming one of my go-to daily wearers. And of course, it's the GMW-B5000 G, I think it is, which denotes it's black, and it comes on a rubber bracelet. But I've actually swapped it for the GD bracelet. So this bracelet normally comes with the same watch, but it has a negative display. But I've configured it this way because I prefer the negative display, sorry, the positive display, and I think that looks really super. But I should pop this on for a moment. Yeah, this is, you know, it's very interesting. I am wearing this watch more and more, and you know, it's so interesting when you know, you put your clothes on to go to a meeting or go to work. It's interesting which is the watch that you choose to put on, because if it's more work related and I don't want attention, this is the G-Shock that I do wear. But the minute I'm by myself and more leisurely, you know, I do put the gold one on that I'm going to open in a minute. So what I will do here is I will take that off and open the next one. And let's see which one this is. I've got a feeling it's the silver MRG. Yes, it is. There we go. So this is I think my favourite square of all, because it's the silver version, and it has the thin red, shimmering, silvery, thin red line. And I don't know, when I was looking at these MRGs, I thought to myself, this is my favourite, because this is a natural colour, so they haven't had to colour this, and so you're looking at a natural titanium colouring, but I imagine it is surface treated. I know that once again it has the Cobarian bezel, which is supposed to be very hard. So the whole watch is titanium. It's a very high grade titanium. I believe the branding of it is called Trantixi. That Casio have commissioned the design of this titanium for their wristwatches. So it's harder than normal titanium. And of course, you know, G-Shock's known for its resilience and its wearability. So of course this is you know, very over-specced and very tough. Yeah, you know, it's a great material for you know, for wearing a watch daily like this. But of course, this is the silver MRG, and I love the alarm function, the stopwatch function, the countdown timer that I use all the time for cooking, and back to the time. You know, this is super, and it's making me think. Okay, because the gold hasn't appeared, it is now going to show up right here. So this is the G-Shock that I seem to be wearing the most, especially you know, today being a Sunday, and I'm out in the garden and trying to stay away from the computer. And you know, I popped this on this morning, and I thought, you know, that is so cool. And you know, the silver MRG is my favourite if I had to choose one. But this is sort of becoming the favourite watch that I wear, because I do wear this to make a statement. You know, if I'm wanting to, you know, impress people, I mean, they're probably not impressed whatsoever because it's gold. But I don't know, I like the look of it. And you know, I like the points that people make, because they often do say, oh, that's an unusual gold watch. And then I explain that it's not solid gold, although there is a solid gold version of this that retailed originally for $70,000. So, you know, it starts a really interesting conversation, and it's amazing how many times I've had that conversation with people, you know, when I wear this. And you know, the reason I like it is because it is gold and it has the positive display. Now, of course, the new 40th version has come out, and I call it the cornflake because it has the recrystallized finish. Now, when I first saw it, I thought the matte recrystallized cornflake impact, it didn't initially grab me, and I thought to myself, you know, I would like to get that. But because it's now out and I've looked at it again and again, the cornflake colour hasn't really grabbed my attention, but I do want to get it so I can create a video and I compare it against this. So I will hopefully do that. But I still think this is my favourite because it's polished, and the contrast against the positive display is fantastic. So, you know, I know that this is going to be my favourite over the cornflake 40th. And in fact, all the 35th squares here are my favourites so far. And yeah, these are, you know, even though the new 40th squares are out, I haven't really been drawn to them. I'm still drawn to these squares here. And yeah, I wanted to show you these watches again in the sunshine and ramble a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video there, because I'm actually standing up, and I'm having to bend down, and my back is now killing me. And it's more standing on my back the way it is that's bringing this video to an end. But if I can reposition myself, I may come back and chat a bit more. Anyway, here are the 5 Amigos. We have the TFC, the TFG, MRG Silver, the Darth Vader C3PO, and we have Phasma. On another video, I think I called this the Phasma. These are all super great watches by Casio G-Shock, and they are excellent. And I will just show you some flowers. Anyway, speak again soon.